So it's great to be here. I'm proud to welcome him as our interim superintendent and thank him for stepping in and taking on this new role while we search for a permanent superintendent for the start of the new school year. So thank you, Doctor. I look forward to working with you and being in every school over the next few days, as I've already started, and attending all those graduations like I was last night at the classical graduation. And it's really good to be back in the mix with our local public schools, not as a mayor this time, but as a governor. So with that, I'll turn it over to our Commissioner Infante-Green and then to the doctors to say a few words, and then I'll be happy to take any questions that you might have. Commissioner?
Thank you, Governor. Good morning, everyone. It's amazing to be here at Mary Fogarty Elementary. I have to start off by thanking Courtney for her wonderful work and for receiving us this morning. I'd like to thank Governor Dan McKee, who's a great partner in this work to improve Providence schools, for being here today for this announcement as we work in partnership as we move forward. From expanding summer learning programs to accelerating learning in the wake of the pandemic to ensure Providence turnaround stays the course. The governor has made education a priority for his administration. Today, we're introducing someone who many of our families are familiar with. Dr. Montañez has a remarkable story and is a shining beacon of hope for our school community. As a product of the Providence schools, a longtime member of the community, and someone who has risen through the ranks at the district, he has a deep understanding of the experiences of our students and the challenges and strengths of our district. He is uniquely prepared to serve as the interim superintendent for PPSD. Students will be able to see themselves in their limitless potential in him and his inspiring story. Dr. Montañez is a widely respected educator who has spent close to 25 years working in Providence schools, answering the needs of students and families, and creating lasting partnerships. He has been tremendously successful leading Providence's only dual language school, but not only leading that school, taking that school from a 1-star to a 3-star school. And that's what we want to see in our district, forward movement. This speaks volumes of the dedication and the tireless work that is certain to bring the same level of dedication and work ethic as he leads this work as a long-term leader and partner as we move forward. The city and the state are fortunate to count on such tremendous leader and educator, and I'm hopeful that we will be able to achieve many great things with Dr. Montañez at the helm. Parents, padres, nosotros le hemos buscado a alguien que refleja la comunidad, que entiende las necesidades y va a trabajar en conjunto con todos ustedes. Esto para nosotros es muy importante. Parents and families, we have selected someone that really has been on the ground doing this work and values the relationship between families and schools. Con eso le presento nuestro nuevo superintendente, el doctor Javier Montañez. Muchas gracias.
Si me permite. Primero quiero comenzar en español para hablar con nuestras familias en Providence. Es un placer, un honor trabajar para nuestros niños, para nuestras familias. Todo es posible en esta vida. Y hoy vamos a hacer algo diferente para nuestros niños con el apoyo de todos los padres, del comité, el comité y también con los niños. Todo es posible. So I would like to say good morning to all. I would like to start by saying thank you, Commissioner Infante-Green, Governor McKee. As the governor has mentioned, our students in this school community here in Providence are my passion. When I thought about this position, I asked many questions and considered the immense responsibility that comes with it. And I am here today to tell you that I am prepared to take the responsibility, the challenges, the success that come with it, with the turnaround team here in Providence. The commissioner and her team have worked hard to build the turnaround action plan that reflects the needs and the voice of our community. We have made much progress in the past year despite of the challenges that we faced. As the commissioner mentioned, in our school, Leventon, we have worked to improve outcomes across grades, support students in the ways that they need most, and communicate a caring communicate with care during the difficult times. I am proud of the work that we have done as one of only a few schools in Providence to become a 2-star school rating in the state. A 3-star, I'm sorry, 3-star. From a 1-star to a 3-star. Sorry. We're here at Fogarty. We saw the immense improvement in our survey work results. We know that this school has respect their students, uplift their family's voice, and served our children. But it is not just about numbers, although it is important. It is about caring and creating a community in our classrooms. A community that reflects the students it serves, that responds to challenges and celebrates success. That is what we have here in Providence. As the commissioner knows, we are unique here. We are a city full of opportunities, creativity, passion, and with incredible people. And many of the people have attended the Providence schools. I am humbled, honored, and excited to serve the city in this way, and look forward to work ahead in the summer and make sure that every student has the opportunity to return to school in the fall. Thank you. That is something that we can discuss later. I'll sit down with the team and we can discuss that later.
Doctor, how long have you been with the Providence schools?
25, almost 26 years.
Doctor of what?
A doctor in educational leadership.
Governor, I have a question specifically for you. Obviously, Providence is one of the most, if not the most stressed school system in the country. Dr. Montañez's impressive personal story. Neither has managed school systems, doesn't have the required managerial school skills. As just said, he hopes to look potentially at the permanent position. What does it say about the search? Are you going to discard those qualifications necessary for a superintendent? Principals and superintendents are two wildly different positions.
We're talking about two very important positions. One is the interim, and to come from within the system, it makes all the sense in the world. And so I certainly agreed with the commissioner on her recommendation, especially after speaking to the doctor and having a long conversation with him about his history and his dedication to the system at large, including the families and the students. As far as the longer term situation, we'll have statements in terms of what that process is going to look like, but it's going to be an open public process, and it's going to include everyone and anyone that's interested, and then we'll take a decision at that point in time in terms of what's in the best interest of the city of Providence and the state of Rhode Island.
May I add something, Governor?
Please.
Javier has the certification for a superintendent. So he is qualified for the job, and this is more than just one person. This is a team approach. That's how we have been moving our system. So he's ready, and he's got the qualifications.
And question about the 3 stars at Lebanon. According to Rhinecash scores, 80% of students don't fail to meet expectations. So explain to me what the 3 stars do.
The stars is the progress that's being made, where the school was and where it is right now. That's what the stars are.
Can you speak to the process of the search for the interim superintendent? Did you have trouble getting folks who were interested? How many people did you interview?
I'll let the commissioner handle that, but I did speak to a few people, and it was a decision that was made to stay in the system, and certainly one of my preferences is to stay local with this effort.
And what we wanted to do was make sure that there was continuity with someone that knew the district right at this point. That was important for us since we're in a brief moment of change.
Is it also important for the permanent superintendent? Do you want it to be someone from within PPSD, or are you interested in bringing someone in from the outside like last year?
We're not limiting ourselves. I think we will see who applies and we'll go from there. Sí, quería decirle a los padres que estaban preguntando si él tenía las calificaciones. El señor Montañez tiene las calificaciones para ser superintendente y nosotros vamos a echar para adelante, pero el trabajo que se está haciendo aquí no lo hace una sola persona, lo hace un equipo y es muy importante que tengamos eso siempre presente en el trabajo que hacemos.
Just a quick question for you guys. I thought the search
That's not my understanding.
You haven't told anybody that?
No, I think that we wanted an interim that, that the doctor's skill set represent, and then it's an open process. I believe that that there needs to be a public process. Certainly we'll work with the commissioner and have her put the final details on what it looks like, but it's an open process. And today we were able to do in a very short time frame stabilize a situation that was unstable. And so we're very fortunate to have that and the leadership that's here today representing right at this school as well as the doctor. And then we will come out with a format in the short time to make sure that we do everything we can to have a permanent superintendent in time frame that they can prepare for full openings. Like I said, all our kids will be in our schools in person in September.
Do you hope to have a permanent position by next fall when students get back in the classroom?
That's the goal is to have it in advance of when the kids are in the classroom. And so that we're working on that now. And then we will make public the process once we have determined what that looks like. We're involved in several conversations about what a good process is when you're coming out of the circumstances that we're coming out of, and to make sure that it's open and public. And I believe that's one of the most important issues that we can possibly have here.
Governor, where are you on the decision to invoke the provision of the Crowley Act that would have the commissioner impose a contract on the teachers?
We're not ready to do that. So yesterday we reopened reset the negotiations with our office in the negotiations, and we're going to go through that process as you normally would, and respect all the different sides, and then respect the current contract, and try to improve on that in a way that can help the students in the state in the city.
How active a role do you expect the interim superintendent to take in negotiations? Or perhaps you can speak to that.
Well, he will be updated as I will and the commissioner will, but as I've stated last week, we're not going to be in the room making those that type of negotiation. But we clearly, and the commissioner will have the final say on what the contract looks like, as she's said publicly. But I definitely will be participating.
So we'll take two more questions and then we're going to go on. Do you have a deadline for when you want, I mean, even if it's like a rough deadline for when you want to get a contract done?
No, I'm not going to put a time frame on that.
Not even by the beginning of the school year?
Well, I'd like to have it done yesterday, right? So, but we're going to work and respect the parties. And as you can see, I'm certainly taking more of a role. I was at the graduation in Classical last night. I'll be at the graduation of Central High School tonight, and I fully expect to play the role that I did as a mayor in the town of Cumberland, to make sure I know where all the schools are, who's in them, and where the leadership is, and what the kids are that that are in the schools. And we have a couple people that are on my core group standing over there right now. We're working on this every day.
When you say you're taking more of a role, Governor, do you anticipate personally interviewing all the applicants for superintendent this summer, or leaving it?
No, that process has not been set up yet, and I want to make it clear that I understand.
I mean, like the finalists.
Yes. Well, I would expect, just like I did this time around, right, with the doctor. We had a good conversation in my office last week, and that was really important to me, because now I can stand here and tell you with high level of confidence that in the interim, the Providence Schools has really good person leading the charge from the top.
Dr. Montañez, if you don't mind, could you speak to just, you've been within the district for a long time. What is the morale right now? We lost your superintendent. We're in the midst of the takeover. What is it like within the schools right now, and did that push you to apply for this job?
What pushed me to apply for this job is our children. Our children deserve more, need more, and when I will do everything within my power to meet their needs. That's the only thing that drives me, is my children. La razón que tomé la decisión para tomar esta posición, la única razón que me hizo tomarla es nuestros niños. Todas las decisiones que yo hago siempre va a ser para los niños.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.